I wanted to get in here and give y'all the results from week 2 of the NFL, and also I'll post a new video. I'll record and do week 3 predictions. Oh my goodness, another depressing week for my team, but we'll get into that when I get to that game. Let's start off with the Thursday night game from last week. Commanders versus the Packers. The Packers pulled off the win. Jaden Daniels ended up getting hurt that game. I think they ruled. They said he's possible that he might be out. If so, Marcus Mariota would be starting for the Washington. Green Bay looks good, man. If I like right now, Green Bay and Philadelphia look the best in the NFC East. In the NFC conference. They both look good. I would give the edge to the Packers just because their receivers are being utilized. As far as the Eagles, it's like the run game is there. They got the tush push if they get down to the goal line, and the defense is there. But as far as those receivers, like Devontae Smith had a deep catch, but it was like on an all-out blitz. Outside of that, ain't nobody else really making no noise, and it's because Jalen Hurts is really not a passer like that. But some fans don't believe you don't have to pass, like you don't have to pass to win and stuff like that, and they don't realize that hey, the defense has to do something as well. But the Packers, their defense is on point. It's like they definitely needed a edge rusher like Micah Parsons. And he's not even the crazy part. The scary part is that he's not playing every snap yet. He's still on a snap count. Once he's able to play the full game, it's gonna give teams hell. And I think their schedule is not too bad this year. I don't think it's like the hardest schedule in the league, but Packers are going to win a lot of games, and they might surprise some people in the playoffs this year. Anyways, next game we have Cleveland Browns versus the Buccaneers. Ravens won 41-17. Flacco looked like stir fry. Nothing was going for Cleveland. I mean, nothing. Baltimore did their thing. DeAndre Hopkins showed out. The receivers showed out. The only person they do know was damn Derrick Henry. And it was like they just had him bottled up. I think their main focus was like, if we could stop Derrick Henry, we can win this game. Somehow they got to 17-41. Cleveland's looking like one of the worst teams in the league. I can't wait until they actually let Shador start. Then I'll start watching, and hopefully they get some wins and shed light on them to possibly get him to start at some point this year. Next game was Jacksonville Jaguars. They lost 27-31. That game, Joe Burrow went down. He had turf toe. They have ruled him out for the next 2 to 3 months. That is about 8 to 12 games he's going to be missing. Browning, the backup, came in. He threw for 2 touchdowns, I want to say, and like maybe 200 yards, but he also threw 3 interceptions. If he's able not to throw too many interceptions, is he able to win the Cincinnati Bengals some games? We'll have to see this season, man. But like with the way that offensive line looked, I know that once he got in, the way I see it is like when a backup comes in, it's like the offensive line, like, look, okay, I know we just fucked up. We ain't block our main quarterback, but we got to back for the backup because if the backup go down, if the third string get in, somebody getting fired. So I just feel like it's a weird thing. It's like an unwritten rule that the offensive line, they just feel like they have to perform better when the backup come in because then it's like your job is on the line if you let 2 quarterbacks get hurt. That's what it just seems like to me. But Bengals end up coming back and winning that game. Great game. The Giants 37-40 versus the Cowboys. Did this game go to overtime? I think this game went to overtime. This was a back-and-back game, man. I thought Dallas was going to run off with it, but the Giants just stayed in there. Russell Wilson had a great game, throwing for 450 yards and 3 touchdowns. Nobody saw that coming, but he did a great job. But he threw a couple of picks at the wrong time. The defense looked like ass. Cowboys was able to have their way out there, but the Giants had 200-yard receivers, and that's a problem for the Cowboys because like the Cowboys letting 2 receivers get over 100 in a game versus a divisional rival that's projected to be one of the worst teams this year. That's going to be a problem for Dallas. So they need to get their defense together. Chicago Bears versus the damn Detroit Lions. Detroit took a whooping last week, but they showed up this week. 52-21. The Bears look pathetic out there. Caleb Williams, to me, is still not the answer. The offensive line doesn't look good. He's not getting the ball. He's not spreading the ball to receivers. The defense is getting cooked. They got cooked pretty bad. I think Jameis Wilson and St. Brown both had a touchdown apiece. Then Gibbs and Montgomery had a touchdown. I was like, dog, you got four people on your team scoring touchdowns easily at that. Detroit looks like they back to they winning ways. That defense got to step it up. That secondary needs to step up. Next game was the New England Patriots versus the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins just, oh my goodness, they just can't get it right, man. Tyreek got a couple of catches this game. It looked like he was back to normal. Waddle ended up getting hurt, ended up messing up his shoulder. They said it's possible he might not be able to play this week. But the Patriots stormed back and got into that game. I want to say the Dolphins went up with a kick return, and then the Patriots ended up returning a kick return on them as well. It was like back-to-back plays, I want to say. But Patriots pull it off on the road, man. 33 to 27. 49ers versus the Saints. The Saints tried everything to stay in the game. They actually look like, I know that I said they tanking, but they look like they're trying to win. And I think Olave got hurt. I think they said he got a concussion again. This is like his fifth or sixth concussion. He's only been in the league for 3 or 4 years, so that raises a red flag. You got Spencer Rattler trying to throw you the ball, man. It's like it's going to put you in a bad situation. But Brock Purdy didn't play. Mac Jones was the starter for this game, and he ended up 1 second. Okay, Emery, sit down. I got you. And then, yeah, Mac Jones just looked good out there. So salute to them. They end up pulling off the win on the road, 26 to 21. Buffalo Bills played the Jets. They won 30 to 10. I didn't see too much of the game. I don't have any highlights on it, but the Jets just looked bad, is what I can say. Justin Fields ended up suffering a concussion. It's like I didn't mention four quarterbacks that got hurt already in week two, but Justin Fields ended up smacking his head on the field. Now he has a concussion, so they'll be on their backup for this week. Buffalo put off the win on the road, 30 to 10. Seattle Seahawks versus the Steelers. Shout out to my nephew Aiden, man. That's his team, the Seahawks. Um, we was watching some of that game because we was watching the flipping back and forth with the Titans and the Rams game too. But Seattle was looking good, man. Sam Darnold got the airing that boy out. Jackson Smith and Cooper Cup? They did their thing that game, but the defense showed up. And Steelers, like I said, they didn't look too good, man. Metcalf was able to score. I thought he was going to have a massive game on his former team, but they did a good job of keeping him in check. And I'm pretty sure they kept him under 100 yards. Next was the Carolina Panthers versus the Cardinals. Um, Cardinals win 27 to 22. Bryce Young just in the world of hurt. I just really think he's so small, but kind of can't say that because he played against Kyler Murray and he's a pretty small dude too. But I feel like he has better receiver. He got more pieces there to make him look good, but they looked okay. So salute the Cardinals starting the season up 2-0. Next was a shocker, man, because I had this being a game I thought that the Broncos was able to go and pull off on the road, but I've been saying the Indianapolis Colts, even though I stay here, they look tough. That defense is playing great. Daniel Jones is balling out. They changed his name from Danny Dimes to Indiana Jones. So that's what he's going into week 3 with. But he gonna get hit with a bulldozer this week. We'll talk about that tomorrow on the next episode. But the Colts pulled off the win. The way that this game ended was crazy because the Broncos went up 28 to 26. Broncos missed a kick. The Colts went down there and got to the 60-yard line or something like that, and they kicked the field goal and missed the hell out of it. But it was a flag on the play. One of the defenders, one of the people on the special teams, ended up putting a hand on the center, and you can't like get any leverage off the center. You got to kind of not like touch the center when they hike the ball on the kick, and they end up costing them a 15-yard penalty. So it moved it from the 60 to the 45, and coach was able to kick the ball with no time on the clock, which was crazy, but they got the win. Um, the Eagles versus the Chiefs. The Eagles put off this win. It was kind of a boring game to me, man, because it was like Mahomes is doing his thing for a little bit. The key point was he got down to the red zone, tried to throw a touchdown, like force it to Kelsey. It bounced off of him, and one of the rookie cornerback on the Eagles ends up picking it off and taking it back a couple of yards, well, like 30, 40 yards. And it set them up to where Jalen Hurts was able to get a couple of plays off. I think that's the same drive that they came with an all-out blitz pretty much on third down, and they lobbed it up to Devontae Smith, and he was able to get down there, and they were able to set up to get a score from Saquon Barkley, if I got my order correct. But Eagles look good on the road, man. I thought that the Chiefs would come out a little bit more hungrier after being destroyed in the playoffs, but they kept it close. One of the main concerns, the key thing that they said going on with this game was the tush push that they do. They zoomed in and showed like the top at like the above view, like the eagle view, and when you look down on it, it's like every time they did the tush push, the offensive line was either offsides, like over in front of the ball, or they false start, like they jumped before the ball was even hiked, and that's like that's a 5 yard, no, yeah, 5 yard penalty for a false start. So 5 yards, yeah, 5 yards or 10 yards. I'm tripping. I think it's 5 or 10. I can't remember right now. But that was a concern, and like I said, Kansas City was bitching because they so used to the refs being on their side. But Eagles was able to pull it off. The main concern going forward is still can Jalen Hurts open up the field, start moving the ball, because at some point AJ Brown will get frustrated with him not getting the looks that he wants. If he only looking towards my way 2 times, why am I out here? I didn't come to this team to be a blocker all game. Some fans will say, "Oh, it's the coaching." It's like it's the players. If you got a quarterback, if you're just running the whole game, that's telling me that the coach don't really believe in you. That he's believe that you can't move the ball. If you can't get it to two receivers that are supposed to be considered top 10 right now. So salute to the Eagles of pulling off the win on the road versus a team they just beat in the Super Bowl. Other game was the Atlanta Falcons versus Minnesota Vikings. Michael Penix looked okay this game. He looked a lot better than week one. JJ McCarthy got hurt at the end of this game. I think they said he's going to be out for this week. I think Carson Wentz is going to step in for him. But Vikings just don't look good. The main concern is JJ McCarthy. I forgot that he went to Michigan, so they like to run the ball. They got those running quarterbacks. They don't really throw it too much. And he showed that. Like, he's barely throwing the ball. If he is, it's overthrowing. He got a couple of good catches to Justin Jefferson, but overall, like, it was like he didn't. He need to do a lot more if he's going to plan on being a starter in this league. Last two, well, the other two games was 20-19 Buccaneers come back on the Texans and pull off the win after being down. This was like a back and forth game, and then the Chargers beat on the Raiders 20-9. Messed up my parlay as usual. Just wanted to give a quick thing about my team, Tennessee Titans. Another game I thought that we could beat. We played the Los Angeles Rams. Game started off okay. It took a turn when on fourth down, the Rams decided not to punt, that they was going to run the ball, and they did a jet sweep to Puka Nakua, broken tackle by a Titan, and he ran it all the way back in. I think it was like a 40-yard touchdown. After that point, Cam Ward made some solid passes, was able to get us back in the game, and it started off a back and forth game, but then um, another thing that happened was the offensive line, that left tackle and the right tackle was pretty much getting destroyed. This one. Moore is on the left tackle. It's like he false start too much. This was another game with a lot of false starts. Like I said, I don't blame the coach for anything. I believe it's the players. 10 penalties on the offense and defense. You can't win games like that, especially if it's little ones like false start. Like, you can't be getting false starts as a grown man playing on offensive line. Snead got cooked for a touchdown. He was doing okay before that. A couple of plays I thought that they was going to call pass interference because he likes to hold a lot. And I was just disappointed with how the defense played down the stretch, just letting they knowing that the go-to was Puka Nakua, and he just kept on getting open. And then we had a Devontae Adams problem. Snead was on Devontae Adams. He still ended up with 100 yards. Puka Nakua was just, like I said, just wherever he was at, whoever was on him, Brownlee or McCurry, they both just, he had his day on both of them. And I think Snead covered him a couple times, but it is what it is, man. The Rams put off the win. Just when I thought we was gonna get back into the game when we was actually down 6 or something like that, Cam Ward went back to throw it, and it was a strip fumble. This is his second fumble, back-to-back games where he fumbled the ball in the clutch. To me, he fumbled, but this time they were right by the touchdown, and Kyron Williams was able to run it in, and the game was pretty much over. Um, I'll get into what I think we need to do next, but as of now, man, we got us a big game against the Colts next week. So I'll give y'all the predictions on that tomorrow when I make the video for the week 3 predictions. I just want to get in here and give y'all the results of, and how I felt about the week and update y'all on the key injuries. Also, Khalil Mack dislocated his elbow that Chargers game, so he might be out for quite some time, maybe a couple weeks or so. But overall, more great football. Week 3 is going to even be even better, hopefully. Hopefully we win some money. I'm gonna start trying to post some of these parlays and hopefully win some money together. But that's all I got for y'all this week. Tap back in with me Friday when I release week 2's schedule and let y'all know my predictions on that card. Like, share, subscribe to the Mechee from the Midwest podcast for your latest news on football on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and